The story of how I started pro seasoning is this. I have for my entire career made an all-purpose spice blend that I have just kept next to the stove, whether it was cooking on a private yacht, teaching culinary school, or just cooking at home. I've always had this all-purpose spice blend that I just knock together and use it in order to save time. That way I'm not like salt, pepper, 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 pepper. When I taught culinary school, it would get stolen out of my lab all the time because I'd make a quart container of it. So I was like, well, this must be good. And I used it all the time. My parents called it secret sauce, even though it's spice. And they would always request that I make it for them. Finally, I just gave them the recipe and they started making it for their neighbors. And then they started liking it. So then I said, all right, we're putting this in a jar. And that's how I started pro seasoning. Made by a pro, so you can cook like a pro. My all-purpose spice blend has garlic, it has paprika, salt, white pepper, it has not just any salt, Himalayan pink salt, and the only anti-caking agent is ground rice, so it is all natural. There is no silicone dioxide. After that, I came up with my pro seasoning barbecue, and this is made with coffee, got a little zing to it. It's got chilies, it's got loads of garlic, a little bit of brown sugar, and it is fantastic. If you are a pellet grill enthusiast like I have recently become, you've got to try this. It's also great just dusted on chicken wings and thrown into the air fryer, drizzle with a little bit of honey, and then bam, you've got a very delicious snack or dinner that's on the fly. So I've done all the work for you because I've been cooking for 20 years. Newest flavor is pro seasoning steak. It's made with porcini mushroom. You're going to love it. It is my opus to a great steak. It's got a little bit of tarragon. It's got some Himalayan pink salt. And again, the only anti-caking agent is ground rice. So what are you waiting for? Head to chefnikki.net and try it today. Black Friday came early this year at chefnikki.net. Use the code BLACKFRIDAY24 to receive 40% off all spices. That's vinegar powder, that's Telly cherry pepper, that's gochugaru flakes, my original all-purpose spice blend, my pro seasoning steak. All spices are 40% off until December 1st, so get that deal. And don't forget, it's free shipping over $50. My Black Friday deal is only good at chefnikki.net. Do you want to talk about food? I want to talk about food. Let's talk about food. What else are we gonna do? We got nothing else to do. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nikki Talks Food. I am Nikki Pettineo, your host. This is a podcast called Nikki Talks Food, where I talk about food and all things food related, restaurant industry stuff, food groupie stuff, new trends, new techniques, what I love to eat. I have guests on and sometimes I don't. In this episode, I'm going to talk about all the sugar-free stuff that I eat and low sugar stuff that I eat to control my diabetes. So if you are trying to chase that sugar monster or beat down that sugar monster, stay tuned because I'm going to get to that. I'm also going to do a little catch-up sesh and some food news. So stick around. But first, I need to address the elephant in the room. And if you want to skip to the, I don't know what minute it's going to be, but if you want to skip to when I'm talking about sugar-free stuff and low sugar, foods that I love to eat, go ahead and skip. It's all good. But I need to address the elephant in the room. Today's November 12th. This is going to come out November 13th. We had the election last week. The results came in. Some people are extremely happy. Some people are extremely upset. I will consider myself one of those people that is extremely upset. I need to kind of get off my chest, a couple of things. How it feels as a queer person to manage these feelings about what is possibly coming next. We are aware that the Supreme Court, via the Dobbs decision regarding Roe v. Wade. The next thing on the list was overturning queer marriage, saying that marriage is between a man and a woman. I've been married to my wife for 8 years. We have been together 11 years. We love each other very much. And this is terrifying to us that we have had the conversation of, do we need to make a trust so that if one of us passes away in an untimely manner, that we don't lose the house to maybe a conservative relative that will come out of the woodwork. We don't have any idea how to handle that. So we are having these discussions. It is terrifying that we're in the same bucket as we were, or the same position that we were 10 years ago when, if one of us were in the hospital, if they overturn gay marriage, and we live in a deep red state. We live in the state of Florida. If they overturn, if Florida suddenly stops recognizing our marriage, one of us is in a car accident, or we don't want to die alone. We want to be in on, if one of us can visit the other one in a hospital, we want to have that ability. We want to have those rights. um I want to remind you that I'm your neighbor. I'm your friend. I share recipes with you. uh we're silly together. I'm going to say that not one person that I know voted for, I'm not even going to say his name, but voted in a conservative, what is regarded as a conservative vote. Not one person reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're voting this way, but if it comes down to your rights, we're going to fight. We're going to, it's all about the price of eggs." No, not one person has said anything to me. They're just silent. And so, being a queer person and navigating being living in a red state is difficult. It's hard not to look at people and think, "Was it you?" uh it's hard not to look at people and say, how could you do this?" The results are the results. They're it's happening. So we're just, I myself am just trying to get used to navigate this new world and see what happens. Take it day by day. um the other thing I want to address is that I haven't seen very many people condemn the amount of racist things that are happening. I am going to be very clear from the get go, and I have been very clear from the get go, that I condemn racism. I condemn these texts that are going out. There's been some mass, and the FBI knows about it. There's been some mass texts that have been going out to people of color. They're targeted at college students, middle schoolers. They're receiving texts that are inviting them to report to the cotton fields, as a slave. Uh, this my I want to make the point that the party that I voted for, this would ne- this is not us. We're not that. So there's no mincing words when we're saying, like, which which party is this wrapped up in. uh that's not our category. That's y'all's category. Um, so when my grandfather fought in World War II, and he fought against the Nazis, he liberated camps. He was in France on D-Day. He was in Normandy. He stormed the shores of Normandy to liberate concentration camps. And I'm sorry, but if your party is affiliated with fascist Nazism, that's not a good category to be in. And I just I just don't understand. I'll never get the joke. It's like a joke I don't get. I'm like, "What is the joke here?" I don't understand it. I understand that there's issues at the border, those types of things, but I do firmly believe that there was measures taken so that the Democratic Party could not address these issues. Uh, and so we would be in this position where we're in right now. So it's devastating. I condemn all racism. I stand shoulder to shoulder with my friends, that are of color. Uh, and if I ever hear of any of them having any issue with people saying stuff, you better believe I'll be right there. You better believe I'll be right there. Um, so so that's where we are. I also want to say one more thing. I'm kind of struggling with how kids are seeing this shakeout. You know, the whole "your body, my choice" thing, and little kids repeating that to little boys, repeating that to little girls, and we've just worked so hard to be considered. We're trying to be considered equal, and we've gone back to it's basically 1940s. It's not even the 60s. We're back in the 40s. I feel like, we make 70 women make 70 cents on the dollar, women of color even less. And I feel like DT has given permission for that to continue. That people feel that they have permission to continue to not have equity and inclusion for for all Americans, that we've just slid completely backwards. And you can say whatever you want. I don't care if you come at me and you go, "Oh, I will die on that hill. I'll die on that hill. I don't care." Like, um right is right, wrong is wrong. Like, everybody is the same, like, under their skin. Like, they're all just meat bags walking around. We're all like, we're all the same. So, and at the end of the day, nothing is really even real. None of this is real. It's all a simulation. I quote the great Madonna Veronica Louise Ciccone, my favorite artist of all time. That's what this tattoo is. If you ever wondered, the crown with the M, that is the Blonde Ambition tour logo from 1991, because it was my favorite. I love her. I love the Blonde Ambition tour. Anyway, the great Madonna once said, "Nothing really matters. Love is all you need. Everything I give you all comes back to me." So we'll see how it goes. Try and stay positive. Check on your queer friends. Check on your friends of color. Check on if you care. If you don't, whatever, we're all just we are all the people that are like-minded, we're all grouping together, and we're all holding each other tight, and we're just here for each other. So check on each other, love each other, get together, make some food, have some dinner, have some giggles. We'll get through it together. That's all we can do. Just we've had the fights on Facebook. I went bonkers, and I'm aware of that, and people different. That's fine. I don't care. Go ahead. I don't care at this point. I put my business at risk. I'm sure there's folks in town that are upset with me and maybe don't want to carry my product anymore, and that's fine. But I just can't sit by and be like, "This is fine. Everything's fine." Silence is being complicit, and I will not be complicit. I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. I believe that the variety of people weaves together a beautiful tapestry of love, and I just think that we should all just love one another and have less hate. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why there's so much hateful stuff going on. It will never make sense to me. Anyway, so that's the catch up sesh. I've been licking my wounds. Okay, so what I did the day after the election was I cut my hair into a mohawk. And I ate Taco Bell, which I don't think I've had Taco Bell in 10 years. I'd had a Crunchwrap Supreme. And I think the universe was trying to give me a win, because that Crunchwrap Supreme was not sitting in their window. Like, it was fresh, like they had just made it. The lettuce was cold and crispy. The Crunchwrap Supreme was crispy, and the cheese was flowing like the swallows returning to Capistrano. Like, it was just. And then I also ordered some nacho fries, which I was like, "What's that going to be? Is that going to have like lettuce and cheese and like ground beef on? What is that? I don't know. I'll have that. It sounds good." It was seasoned fries, which were hot and crispy and yummy, with a little bucket of cheese. And so I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna drink that cheese." So I did that. I did some binge eating. I had a lot of Kringle. We watched some romantic comedies. We watched some Hallmark movies that were like super silly. And that's what's been going on. Just been trying to keep my head above water, I did a lot of retail therapy. I bought a lot of stuff that I probably don't need. But, hey, you got to keep your chin up. What if I told you guys that I had the perfect timeline written out with recipes for you, so that you can have the most well-executed, delicious Thanksgiving you've ever hosted? Well, head to my website, chefnikki.net, look for this Thanksgiving timeline under the blogs/recipes tab, and there you will find exactly what time to prep everything. You can do things a week in advance. I have a great recipe for cranberry chutney that you can make up to a week in advance, and you can serve it room temperature or iced cold. So I'm gonna let you know what day to make the bechamel, how to make bechamel, why do you have bechamel in your mac and cheese? Because it makes it delicious. What day to brine your turkey, and then that way you will have a no-sweat holiday. So check it out, chefnikki.net, the Thanksgiving timeline. So that's what I did. All right, let's talk about conquering the sugar monster. Okay, so I do low carb, although I was binging over the last couple of days. But I brought my snacks in that keep me sane. So Every day I start my day out, and this is just what I do. You do what you want, but this is just what I do. I start my day off with plain Greek yogurt. I usually do like 2% milk fat because the higher the milk fat, the lower the sugar. So I do 2%, but also remember that fat, and this is how people go wrong on keto, is they eat a lot of fat, which is what you're supposed to do, and that's fine. But remember that fat has 9 calories per gram, whereas carbs have 4 calories per gram. So it's more than double the calories. You have to be in a calorie. This is where like I just kind of maintain on keto. I'm not really like losing anything, but my A1C is not going up. So that's a good place to be in. So if you want to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. So it's all about the veggies and clean protein when you're eating keto. So anyway, I do sugar free. Excuse me. I do plain Greek yogurt. I put walnuts on top, just like untoasted walnuts. I get a big bag from Costco. I drizzle on allulose syrup, just a little drizzle. And I have been putting freeze dried. You can have berries on the keto diet because they're very low sugar. So I put freeze dried berries. This is just berries, freeze dried. The strawberries. I like the strawberries. Um, and no sugar added. It's just the natural sugar. So I put a little bit of the dried strawberries, and then I am like addicted to Magic Spoon. So and these people don't sponsor me. Nobody sponsors me except for myself. I put Magic Spoon on my cereal. Magic Spoon. This one is my favorite flavors. Oh, okay. So this is 0 sugar, 5 net carbs, and 13 grams of protein. So it's like a protein shake that you eat instead of drink. And they have good flavors. Some of the flavors I'm like are like the toasted marshmallow. I was like gag. It was not good. But I love the blueberry muffin is really good. Over the summertime, they had lemon iced cake, which I would eat like every day if they it was only a special flavor, so they haven't done. And I like strawberry milkshake is really good. But on the daily, I will have either blueberry muffin or the fruity. They do sell the fruity at Costco. I order mine directly from Magic Spoon, and I'm on a subscription because I eat it pretty much every day. And also, like if I need a dessert at night, it'll sometimes and I need something crunchy. Sometimes that'll be Magic Spoon. So that's how I start my day. And then that will keep me full for like a while. Like I won't eat until 3 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock, I'll probably have like some rolled up cheeses and meats, maybe some leftovers from dinner. I'm also doing a lot of like romaine lettuce. I'll buy the washed, prepped romaine lettuce because we're busy. Like sometimes I'll wash it myself and spin it and then put it, but sometimes I don't have time. So they have a nice, like they have what are those green leaf. They also have green leaf that way too. It's already cut. It's like in the shape of a boat. So I'll put like I use vegan mayonnaise a lot too to keep the cholesterol low because I still want the mayonnaise taste, which is really I like mayonnaise. So but I'll use vegan mayonnaise a lot. It doesn't have any sugar in it. It's usually got a lot of like plant oils in it, obviously. And so a lot of the plant oils are good for what are they? Those are called plant sterols, or they like lower your cholesterol. So I like the vegan mayonnaise. I'll put maybe some spicy mustard and then like some lunch meat or, a little cheese, and I'll roll it up and eat it like a taco. So that's like a lunch. And then for dinner, it's just um protein and veg. Protein and veg, protein and veg. Occasionally I will do these are called Real Good Food chicken gluten-free strips. You get 3 pounds for $14.99 at Costco. They're 4 grams of net carbs, and you can't eat them all the time. You have to have whole foods. Try and have whole foods as much as you can. So that's like grilled chicken. Those are foods that have been unprocessed. But sometimes you're running around. You need some food. I do the same thing, and I love those chicken tenders, especially like on a Friday night when I'm like I can't be bothered to cook. Those are great. I do a lot of rutabaga fries. So I'll take a rutabaga, I'll peel it, I'll cut it into French fry shapes, toss them around in olive oil and pro seasoning all purpose. I also have vinegar powder on my website as well, chefnikki.net. And I'll toss it around and throw them in the air fryer for, I don't know, 15, 16 minutes on 400, and they come out crispy, and it's kind of like a French fry. So, and those are like lower in carbs, they're higher in fiber. So those are delicious too. So that's kind of like a cheat, not a cheat meal, but a weekend, you know, like I need something quick. So snacks. So I love these as well. Skinny dipped, 2 grams of sugar. These are dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Some of the peanut butter cups are disgusting tasting. These ones are really good. They're only 2 grams of sugar per cup. So it's a good salty and sweet snack if you're chasing that sugar monster. That's a good one. These are cool too. These are Oomph Chews. These are crazy. They're high in fiber. They're made with lion's mane mushrooms, and they are 0 sugar, 2 net carbs, plant-based, but they have allulose, which I've been using allulose as a sweetener lately. It's high in, I don't know if it's high in fiber, but it's closer to a natural sugar. Than it's like one little molecule away from natural sugar, and it tastes really good. But if you eat too much of it, you will crap your pants. You will be peeing out of your butt. So be careful. So these are good. These are like these are kind of like what is that? Like, I'll open one. Guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyonce. All right, so to chew. It's like a Tootsie Roll. This one's chocolate. Again, if you eat too many of these, you're gonna crap your pants. Peanut butter. I haven't opened yet because I have so many peanut butter snacks. So thick. This one is salted caramel. This one's my favorite. The salted caramel is the absolute business. This is the business right here. These are delicious. So at night when you're, I have to clean my teeth out now. I need a little dessert after dinner. And that is really good. A good little dessert during the day. And again, this is, these have, what does this have? This has, these are keto, sugar-free. I think they're made with xylitol, so you gotta be careful. Anything sugar-free, be careful around your pets. Like if I drop a piece, I don't know if Magic Spoon has anything that my dogs can't eat, but if I drop a little circle, a little freaking O, I smack my dogs away from them. I'm like, get out of here! Like it's like I just dropped plutonium on the floor. I like orange flavor stuff. So they make a variety pack of this, but these are good. I guess they're good for your teeth. Clean teeth pops, allergy free, keto, made with xylitol. These are orange. So these are good. But again, you'll be farting and pooping your pants if you eat too many of these things in the same day. But maybe you need that help. I don't. So, and then Quest chips are really good if you're on the go. These have 5 grams of fat. Total carbs, 5 carbs, but you can sub out. It's really like, I think it's 4 net carbs. Yeah, 4 net carbs, 19 grams of protein, which is pretty high. 19 grams of protein in this bag. These ones are ranch. They also make nacho. They make taco flavor. The taco flavor is wild because you can actually taste the lettuce, and I'm like, how the hell did they do that? These are good. I like these. I'll stick one in my bag if I'm going somewhere because the amount of protein in them is so high. They keep you full for a long time. Other than that, I'm like a big time sugar-free pudding person at night, and I'll add peanuts to it. And we do keto whipped cream, which is it's so good. So Oh, mug cakes. I've been making a lot of mug cakes. I'll try and not mug cakes, but I make mug bread pudding, which I'll use keto bread, an egg, a little milk, some allulose, sugar-free chocolate chips, and I'll mix it all together and I'll throw it in the microwave for like a minute and a half, and then boom, I have a hot cake, like a mug cake. You can add extracts to it. You can add like vanilla extract to it. You can make it cinnamon if you want. You can use holiday baking spice from Pro Seasoning. Shameless plug. That's pretty much my day. And for me personally, like when I binge, when I go, oh my god, I need some sugar or whatever, I always feel like absolute garbage for that day and the next day. Like right now, I had some pancakes yesterday because my friends came in from out of town. I'm gonna post that recipe. It's really good. Um, and I immediately started getting a headache. I started feeling yucky. I just feel blech. So, you know, um, for me, once I like kind of defeat the sugar monster, because I love sugar. I love sugar. I would eat sugar all day long, especially being a chef. But once I like kind of kicked that out for drinks, I love sugar-free lemonade, and I mix it with I like the Waterloo lemon lime. But I feel like Waterloo has the best fizzy sparkling water, the best flavors. So I like the strawberry one. I like the orange one. I like the lemon lime one. I like citrus flavors too. So I'll mix those two together, and then it's like a little refreshing, little refresher. So that's like my, if I need something other than water, because sometimes you get sick of water. Nuts are a good snack. I always keep like almonds around, peanuts, lightly salted peanuts, not too much salt. You don't want to add too much sodium to your diet. They also make these for like a cheeky little treat. I also like these deep fried, I think they're called Uncle Bud's deep fried peanuts, and you eat the whole shell. Eat the whole shell and the nut, which is kind of neat, but they are very salty. Like I almost want to take a pastry brush and just knock some of the salt off. I still have candy in my teeth. That's it. We're going to skip food news this week, but I will tell you next week I will have Nicole Leog from Big Brother, celebrity chef Nicole Leog. She is coming on the pod, friend of the pod, and so you don't want to miss next week. It's going to be super. Like we've been friends for many years, so it's going to be a fun little kiki fest. So please tune in next week. I want to remind you guys, I want to ask you, please leave a review, leave a comment. Tell me something. Tell me something. Let me know. Leave me a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also I'm on YouTube as well. Don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend, share my pod, and don't forget to be kind to one another. Show each other some grace. If you see something that's wrong, stand up for somebody. Stand up for somebody. Don't be silent. Don't be silent. Okay? We cannot go quietly into that good night. If you're a good person, say something. Check on your friends. Check on your queer friends. Check on your friends of color. See how they're doing. See if they need anything. See if they, it's just sometimes like just a little, hey, how you doing? Just checking in. Because as far as we know, you guys hate us. All right, everyone. Be safe. Be kind. Love you guys. Check in next week. We're going to have Chef Nicole on. It's going to be fun. Okay, bye.